Hi, I'm Sam Kramer, investment analyst at British Design Fund, and today very excited to be joined by founder and CEO of Manhole Metrics, Will Dubin, the company that we've just recently invested £150,000 into. Will, thank you very much for joining me. Why don't you tell us a bit about yourself and your background?
Absolutely. Thanks so much for the intro, Sam. Yeah, delighted to be counting British Sign Fund as our investors on this exciting next chapter of our journey. So, I've got background in civil engineering. I did an integrated master's at Imperial, and throughout both my masters, but also in the gap year that I took before going to university, was quite heavily involved in a number of different infrastructure projects, whether that was Crossrail or with the French sewage contractor, the M4 Smart Motorway, the Tideway Super Sewer. Yeah, love all things infrastructure. And yeah, after I suffered a sewage flood in my basement during my penultimate year at Imperial, I was kind of inspired to yeah, research the problem a bit more. I was blown away by its scale and find out there were 40,000 of these other sewage floods and another 200,000 intra-urban floods happening per year in the UK. And yeah, I was excited to do something about that. And Manhole Metrics was born.
Fantastic. So, what is it that you do with Manhole Metrics then? What's the sort of solution you offer, and what's the problem that you're addressing?
So we're tackling infrastructure flooding for asset owners and operators with our sensors and software that permit a proactive instead of a reactive response. So we offer extremely low cost, long life, and easy to install sensors that mount in wastewater and drainage assets and allow for monitoring of water levels. And then we combine that with our software platform for alerts, but also analytics to even be forward-looking based on historic data, incoming weather forecasts, to be able to offer clients the actionable insights needed to prevent flooding from taking place.
That's really interesting. And then, do you want to tell us a little bit about who else is in the team?
Sure. So I'm joined by the CTO, Abdul Moise. He's got a background in electrical engineering and computer science from Cal Berkeley before working in Silicon Valley with a couple of different tech companies, both in the cybersecurity and AI space. So yeah, he sort of brings great depth of expertise across the stack. Then we're also joined by Charles Loveman. So yeah, he's computing graduate from Imperial who offers a lot of support across the stack, working on, our installation app, our front end of our software. And then we've got two part-time Imperial graduates as well, Martin Prusa and Tian Fang, who we've got on hand to help with periodic hardware changes. And that sort of rounds out the team, but we've got a number of different advisors as well from the industry itself. So we've got Roger Bailey, the CTO of Tideway Tunnel. We've also got Mark Lane, the former chairman of British Water, as well as a few people in the product space. Such as Josh Valman, CEO of our PDK, and Simon Blakey, who is from the VC space. He's the chair of the investment committee at Playfair.
Brilliant. And then really exciting to have you as part of the portfolio. So what are your plans for the next 12 months and going forward?
Absolutely. Well, with this funding, it's going to allow us to take our product through the various certifications that are required. So we're right now in the process of wrapping up our CE marking. Then we've got some waterproofing, so IP67 tests we're going through, but then the most complicated certification is the ATEX. So we're going to be achieving ATEX Zone 0 compliance, which will allow us to sell into the sewage space not just the stormwater space with the CE marking. So yeah, going through the certification process, that's a big part of it. Setting up the supply chain, getting our injection molds done, getting our various suppliers and production files sorted. That will be another focus. So all on the manufacturing side of things, but then it will also be about trying to get as many trials as possible. We've picked up our first US client. We've got a client in Europe now, so as many trials as possible in our target markets, the UK, North America, and the rest of Europe. And then we've had a lot of traction in working with different partners in the supply chain who are already selling into the customer base that we need, and have got those existing relationships. So yeah, we'll be looking to finalize details of those partnerships, make it all official, and hopefully untap some of the customer sales channels through them. But on top of that, we're going to be hiring a few new team members. So yeah, we're going to be bringing on another full stack engineer and founders associate. Both of those are going to help us sort of scale both our tech, but also our operations and sales abilities. So yeah, we're really excited about what the next chapter in our journey has in store.
Ian. Well, Will, thank you very much for joining me, taking the time. We are equally as excited about what the future holds for Manhole Metrics, and are happy to welcome you to the portfolio.
Thanks, Sam.